All right, next boat on the hit list. Haven't had one of these in stock for a while. It's a 2021 Pursuit center console C238. If that's not redundant, I don't know what is. Anyway, it's a good boat. Overall, 24 feet 4 inches. So I don't know why they do their model designations that way. I'll have to ask somebody. Beam is 8 feet 6 inches. Draft is about 2 to 3 feet. Engine up out of the water, it's 2 feet. About 3 feet with it down, 2 feet 8 inches, something like that. Dry weight 4,580 pounds with a single 300, which this one has. 105 gallons of fuel, which of course is limited by the EPA mandated diurnal fuel systems. Look that one up. Fancy term we get to learn. But basically, so the fuel system can expand and contract throughout the day and vent through activated charcoal. We lose 10% of the capacity, so your fuel capacity is down in the 90 gallon range. We did do a freshwater tank on this one, 9 gallons. And it has a 23 gallon live well in the back, which we'll show you in a second. And this boat does have the maximum horsepower, which automatically comes with C-Star hydraulic power assist steering. So, front of the boat, as with any good offshore boat, nice steep entry up front, big gigantic lifting strakes to get you up out of the water a little bit quicker, and then the reverse chine to deflect water. Because we don't have a ton of flare on these, the bottom of the boat does a good job of keeping the water out and away from you. This one is not equipped with a windlass, but we do have a kind of pulpit mount anchor up front, and then the stainless steel bash plate, but it is a galvanized anchor, so not quite as nice as their stainless steel options. But this boat's all about saving money because it's still built to the offshore spec that all Pursuits are. So where you're really getting the bang for the buck is in the fiberglass and resin, and of course the engineering behind the boat has a big part to do with it as well for why it works so well. And by works so well, I mean goes through the water really nice soft dry ride. Good perspective on the hardtop from here. That's probably my biggest and every dealer's biggest disappointment with this boat is the size of the hardtop. For being a pretty large 24-foot boat, fairly beamy. I guess it's standard, but it feels bigger inside. The hardtop's a little disappointing. I mean, it still gives you decent weather protection, nice windshield. But again, this is kind of their entry-level boat to get you in the brand. And it runs really nice. I mean, I can say that about the boat. It does have the Euro-style transom on it, like they've been doing for the last several years. One of the first to market with this style, but it is functional. So you can kind of see the way it's cut out down here. When the boat's just out there floating, you'll have water all the way up to here, and it provides a little bit of flotation. So it kind of functions like a trim tab. So when the boat's getting on plane, it pushes the back down to get you up on plane a little bit quicker. And it gives you a little cleaner bite to the engine. So this is still a rounded style. It is still measured at 21 degrees. But it's a little looser feeling, sportier, quicker turning. I don't know what the right term is. But usually when they leave this as more of an angle, it does better going through the water if you're going through bigger waves to really soften that blow when you maybe kind of come out of the water on re-entry. But anyway, Lenco trim tabs do a great job of leveling the load there. And then the factory Yamaha 3-stage paint, which is beautiful. And of course, the lower unit's still gray, but that's right. You don't see it in the water most of the time anyway. Coming onto these nice big transom platforms. Boat's great for diving. Oh, I forgot about the Garlic ladder too that I'm climbing on. It's a really nice ladder. It works well. And you can probably even get up the ladder if you have fins on and stuff. But nice big steps. Yeah, you can't even see it. I don't know why I'm trying. Anyway, live well in the corner over there. You have some tools, so if you want to do some cut bait. And we have some more rod holders along the back. 4 rocket launchers up there. Nothing on the leaning post, but it is a nice look with that fiberglass with the Pursuit logo. And of course we started putting the Yeti coolers in there I think last year, maybe this year, who knows, not very important. But ski pole, can't pop it. Oh, you gotta have 2 hands. But integrated ski pole, kind of push down on that, pull back on that, pops right up, not a problem. Easier said than done. And then back here to the live well, I think it's 23 gallons. It's a nice big live well. Smells like resin. Bilge access down there, a little more cumbersome than their larger boats because we don't have as much room in the cockpit here, but you got your fuel tank accesses there for your valves. And then we of course have the fold out seat. The backrest on this one is not a pop-up, so they make it a little bit bigger, but using it as a combing pad is kind of nice. You can lean against it, and then when you pull the seat out, the backrest hits you a little taller in the back, so the ride, if it does get a little rough out there, it's still pretty good. I mean, like I said, it's a great running boat, especially for a 24-foot boat, and being built as Pursuits are built, it's probably one of the best built 24-foot boats that I've ever run across. Bilge. Probably shouldn't try to do this with one hand. Anyway, looking down in there, still all the through holes nice and double clamped. Got your power steering pump right there, ski pole base, all your wiring nice and neat. Custom made harnesses, self-extinguishing insulation, home runs all built in-house by hand by skilled people. There's another look at that hardtop underneath. We have a nice glove box. You got some lighting up there. And then these are the electronics, 8612 XSV, 6x8 gauge, nice glass bridge treatment with the plastic acrylic aluminum overlay. We did option this one with a cover to cover the helm, and then all your switches, your JL Audio MM100, and then our Yamaha digital electronic controls with the new push button and keyless. So it's a fob, which is kind of nice. I don't know if that includes Y-cop or not, but leaning post, fold down bolsters, fold down armrests, some storage on either side, not a ton, but little compartments. And then moving forward, again, even with this big console, it has that nice integrated powder coated aluminum leg right into the console, so you get quite a bit of room when you're walking by, you know, even if you had to pass somebody. And then you can see how vertical the gunnel height is. I think that's they put a subwoofer on this one too, so man, pretty good stereo. But how vertical the gunnel is, so it's taller, and then it doesn't intrude into your walking space, so you don't end up walking on the wall like some other brands. And then the backrests here fold in and out, so if you're using them, you can have them in place. Kind of obstructs the walkway, and then if you're fishing or moving around the boat, you can stow it back. We have cushions for the front boxes, which are insulated storage. You got some LED lighting down there, which is nice. But just like all the other bigger Pursuits, this boat does drain directly overboard, so none of this water management going into the bilge. And then the anchor locker, which we can add a windlass. We actually ordered one for this boat, we just haven't installed it yet. But you got a big locker, plenty of road, plenty of chain, integrated navigation lights, still those same high-end pop-up cleats that we were using on the bigger boats. And looking aft at the windshield, hardtop combo, and I think we're still using the stainless antenna on this one, so that's nice. And then the head compartment, a couple other manufacturers are doing this too, but it's pretty nice for ease of entry, so you don't really have to back in there. And you can see you can stow the cushions. Got our canvas in here. The potty is kind of, you know, I don't know, almost porta potty-ish, but it does have a holding tank underneath with a pump out. I don't think we have a macerator on this one, but it gets the job done. You have some access back here to all your systems, rigging, batteries, windlass, breaker, your regular breakers. So a real high-end boat for being a smaller boat. It's the smallest one that's in the fleet right now, but it's still made to the quality that all the bigger boats are. So hopefully, if you're in the market for a very solid 24-foot boat, you'll put this one on your list and at least come check it out. If you have any questions in the meantime, you can always get a hold of Brad or Barton at YamahaMarineJAX.com. Call us 904-644-7631, and love to tell you about this and any of the other products we have out on the yard. Got a couple more boats in than we normally do, so we'll have some more videos posted soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that stuff that people tell you to do. Thanks.